Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Alexis Sanchez. It goes on and on and on. It's getting a bit boring for me now. I really would like to see this situation sorted out. He said last week, or should I say just before the end of the Confederations Cup, which ended last week Sunday, that he would let everybody know what he's going to be doing. You'll find out, he said, what's happening after the Confederations Cup. We still don't know what's happening, and there's just lots of speculation flying around. Now, the speculation out there today, there's two of them. One of them suggesting that Arsenal are adamant they are not selling Alexis Sanchez to Manchester City or Chelsea or any other club in England. He is not moving to another club in England. They would rather make him run out his contract and he can move on a free next season. Then there's another story that says if Manchester City do want to buy him, £80 million is the asking price. That is it. If you want him, £80 million, which would be, that would be a ridiculous sum to pay for a guy that's 29 in December. Remember, he's 28 now, 29 in December. So he's not a spring chicken, even though he's super, super fit. And, you know, also a guy that's basically hardly got any time left on his contract, which would mean that Manchester City, even with their money, they'd say, listen, we'll wait until the end of the season, sign a pre-contract deal with him in January. Now, what do Arsenal do in this situation? They've got their own self into this situation, as I've said so many times on this show, by not tying him down to a long-term contract earlier. But now, with this situation here, what do? Do we take the money for Alexis Sanchez and make him leave and just rebuild another team? You know, we've got Lacazette now. If we could get Lamar and maybe, you know, use that money and get, say, another really top quality player, should we make him leave? Or, you know, do we applaud Arsenal? I kind of applaud Arsenal at the moment because in the past, this hasn't been the stuff that we've done, has it? I mean, he'd be gone. Simple as. He'd be gone straight away. But at least this time, Arsenal are digging their heels in and say, you ain't going nowhere. You're under contract with us. We've offered you a great deal, 300 grand a week. You know, nobody can complain about the amount of money that Arsenal are offering him. He's 28. I know he's world class, but 300 grand a week, that puts him on parity with all the top earners in the Premier League. What do Arsenal do in this situation? You know, do we, as I said, cash in and rebuild a new team? And Alexis Sanchez, I know his people are trying to hold out and get the most money for him, and I know that we really rate him as a player, but he's running a dangerous game. If he stays for that extra year and he doesn't perform well, City could turn their attentions to somebody else. You know what they're like? They're a massive club with lots and lots of money. They're backed by a country, effectively. The Qatari government backed the club. And they're the sort of club that whatever's the next hottest thing, they will go out there and buy it. You know, and at 29, he could be left in a situation where other clubs will come in for him, but they won't pay the sort of wages unless he goes to China or something like that. So a real conundrum for him. I know he wants, you know, you've got to say the guy's a top quality player, probably wants to be playing in the Champions League, but it's a real conundrum. And I really like to know from you guys in the comments section, what do you think we should do with this whole situation? It's the one negative that's dragging us down at the moment because, you know, Mesut Ozil's going to sign a new deal for Arsenal. Ozil will be staying, but it is just the Sanchez thing. Also, Oxlade-Chamberlain. His deal's yet to be sorted out, and apparently Arsenal saying the same thing on Oxlade-Chamberlain. We'll make you stay till the end of your deal. You walk away for nothing, right? We're not prepared to let you leave. Again, Arsenal digging their heels in. Things that we don't see in the past. Normally we just sell up, or we put a deal on the table where the money's not great and the player goes. But they're digging their heels in over Oxlade-Chamberlain and they're saying, listen, you are not going anywhere. You've got to commend. We're not used to this at Arsenal. I've got to say, so far, transfer dealings, Kolasinac, great signing. Lacazette, great signing. They're digging their heels in with these other players and also offering them good contracts. I can't complain at the moment with the dealings of Arsenal so far this summer. Trying to get Lamar, that's the next thing. Thomas Lamar, they are very much in the bidding for Lamar. They've upped their bid now to over £40 million. Apparently have agreed terms with him. The player wants to come to Arsenal. You know, they're putting pressure on Monaco. They're putting pressure on Monaco to try and get this deal done. This is the sort of thing I like to see what's being done at the moment at Arsenal. I commend them for that. The transfer dealings this summer so far, I can't complain with, but we've got to try and keep Alexis if we can. If not, what should we do? Let me know in the comments below. Being linked today with Marcelo Brozovic. Now, Brozovic, 24, plays for Inter Milan. ESPN claiming that Arsene Wenger's weighing up a move for Brozovic. He's looked at him many times before in the past, but has always decided against buying him. Inter Milan willing to listen to offers for Brozovic. Would he be a good signing? Midfielder, of course, quite creative. Can also play as a really attacking midfielder. I still think, listen, look at the situation with Santi Cazorla. We need somebody in that position. Will it get done? I don't know. Brozovic has been going on for years. I just still, if we hadn't bought him before, I don't see why we get him. Mind you, Lacazette. But Brozovic linked with Arsenal today. And a player that's left the club, another one of our youngsters, Kalen Hines, 19-year-old. He's joined Wolfsburg. I told you about this a couple of weeks ago when he was linked. Joined Wolfsburg for £2 million. Joining Chris Willock, who previously, left last week to join Benfica. That's two youngsters who, you got to say, big respect to them. They've decided to go abroad and, you know, try and make a name for themselves. So they're really taking a plunge there. They've all both been at Arsenal for a very, very long time as youngsters. And they've both decided to go abroad and try something new. And I've got to commend them for that. And I hope that they can come back as real top players. Hopefully, we've got some sort of clause in there where we can get first refusal on them, having, you know, had them right throughout their career so far and taught them everything they know. Thanks for watching the show today, and we will be back tomorrow.
Subscribe to ArsenalFanTV.